We all know that. We know how grave the problem is with respect to drugs, but we should not also turn a blind eye to this another grave problem of the spate of killings. Okay, if it's really for 2 minutes,
Very short, Mr. Chair.
you have the floor now. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I know after the speakers all speak, we'll probably be off to lunch break and or session will start. So allow me to give my 2 cents worth, Madam Chair. Let us hit closer to home, Madam Chairperson. Last April, I was given information because during my 5-year break out of politics, I was able to establish a bit of small, medium enterprises in Cagayan de Oro and Bukidnon. Last April, I was told na doon daw sa aming planta sa Cagayan de Oro ay may mga shabu addict. So ang ginawa po natin ay nagpatawag po ako ng tulong sa City Hall employees ng Department of Health na empleyado sa City Hall at nag-conduct po ako ng drug test sa aking mga tauhan. Madam Chair, out of the 30 employees that we had, 10 ang positive sa shabu. That is a third of my workforce. A third. Nakakagulat dahil marami doon ay masaya na sa buhay at maganda po kanilang sweldo at benepisyo. Ay dala ko po galing sa Bukidnon at kinausap ko po sila. At tinanong ko sila, bakit kayo lumuklok sa shabu? Nang ganda ng buhay nyo na yun. Alam mo ang sagot sa akin, Madam Chair? Doon sa labas ng aming gate, doon sa Barangay Agusan, sa Cagayan de Oro, napakadaling bumili ng shabu. 20 pesos lang, 20 pesos, Madam Chair, ang isang sachet ng shabu na mas mura pa sa isang pack of cigarettes. So they said, they do a hit in the morning, and when the hit is gone, they do the hit in the evening. Ganon kagrabe at lala ang sitwasyon ng droga na yon. Madam Chair, Mexico, I had a briefing recently, Mexico is losing the war on drugs. Their killings there are not done by government. But yung mga massacres doon are being done by the drug cartels, the Mexican drug cartels. Pinupugutan yung mga ulo. They hang them upside down. And sooner or later, if we do not nip this at the bud, and I'm saying it's not even in the stage of a bud, it is now a full-grown weed, Madam Chair. We have to congratulate the PNP for the job that they're doing now because they're risking life and limb at sila mismo namamatayan. Madam Chair, sa totoo lang, after Digong Duterte, the President, had become President of the Republic, that the shabu dealers in that barangay, out of a legitimate operation, patay. Ngayon, bumalik po ako doon. Ang sabi nila sa akin, tumahimik ang barangay. Wala na nang gugulo sa kanila. Ganun. That's the reality on the ground. And dapat ipakita din po natin yun dahil yung mga pamilyang apektado sa drug-related crimes are unbearable. Imagine a third of the workforce. What if you had 3 children and one of your children?
Excuse me, Senator Miggs, I'm sorry.
So that's it, Madam Chair. I know,
Thank you.
Madam Chair. Although I've been given 5 minutes, hindi pa siguro ako umabot niyan. But Madam Chair, again, I would just like to show the severity of the situation. I was principal author of the anti-drug law together with Senator Soto when I was a member of the House of Representatives. And it's only today that I see effects. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat.
Hapon, General De La Rosa.
Yes, sir.
May hapon, sir.
May hapon po, Senador.
Sa akong
Your Honor.
silingan sa Mindanao. Madam Chair, just a few questions to the Honorable General. General, ako'y natutuwa na kahapon kayo po ay ikinondenan nyo po ang extrajudicial killings at vigilante killings. Kasi may misconception, tama po kayo, may misconception na ang lahat na riding in tandem tapos naglalagay po ng karatula ay police. Na ayaw naman po ninyo yun. At tama sinabi nyo, hindi naman kayo gagawa nun kasi kung legitimate naman itong mga illegal, mga sindikato, ay talagang huhulihin nyo under legitimate operations. Magandang ilabas palagi po ninyo yan, General, sa ating mga media para mawala yung misconception na yun. At hanapin natin itong mga riding in tandem o itong namamaril na ito. And that is very important. But with that said, Honorable General, meron lang akong gustong isumbong din sa inyo dahil hindi na isama dito sa hearing na ito, Madam Chair, yung isang nangyari at naalala ko po ito dahil naging viral po ito at napanood ko po ito sa news, yung sa traffic violator na hinuli, pinosas, ang pangalan po niya yata ay Delariarte. Opo. John Delariarte. At ito po hindi drug lord, hindi po siya pusher, ay hinuli lang po ng HPG at hindi pa nakarating sa presinto ay patay. Nasa likod po ang kanyang posas, kuwang-kuha po ng mga netizens. Kaya at least maybe the committee can also tackle this because we will show to the public that we will not tolerate this type of misdeeds done also by our law enforcers, in which I am happy that General De La Rosa is with us on this.
Your Honor, for the update regarding the suspect shot inside the police mobile by HPG personnel, the HPG and the NBI are conducting joint investigation on the incident. The two HPG personnel, namely PO3 Jeremiah De Villa and PO2 Junji Manugog, were terminated from their detail in the Task Force EDSA and reassigned at personnel holding an admin section of HPG. They are currently under restrictive custody, Your Honor.
Thank you, General. Dahil pumunta sa akin yung kapatid kahapon na tumingi din ng tulong at kaya binanggit ko na po sa hearing na ito.
Ongoing na po, Your Honor, yung administrative case nila, yung summary hearing, Your Honor.
Salamat, General. General, alam mo, para nakakalimutan natin lahat, no? Lahat dito, sa lahat na nagtanong, nakalimot po sila na isa sa key component against the war on drugs is the money, yung pera. Dahil sa iba't ibang bansa, yan ang tinitignan nila at hinahabol nila dahil dyan nila nakikita yung mga sindikadong drug lords. They do it in Mexico. Best practices po. Yung nangyari is in Guatemala. Madam Chair, Guatemala was so exasperated already with their drug problem kasi pinasukan na po sila ng iba't ibang cartel na ang suspect nila, yung kanilang presidente, yung dating presidente, at yung armed forces chief nila ay lukluk sa droga at drug protectors. Ang ginawa ng Kongreso po nila, Your Honor, is ang Congress mismo nagpadala ng sulat sa United Nations Anti-Crime Task Force na kung pwede humingi sila ng saklolo, pasukan nyo na to dahil wala na po kaming magagawa. Ang ginawa ng head ng task force na yan, napakagaling, Swiso yata po siya, taga-Europe. Pumasok po siya, naghanap po siya ng isang lugar, a very well, high-secure facility, naghanap po siya ng 10 justices na hindi po corrupt out of the 1,000 justices that they had. And with this 10 na pumayag, yung kanilang pamilya dinala sa Switzerland, dinala sa Europe, pinagtatago po sila. Yung mga anak nito mga justices na to. Doon sila kinulong sa high-secure facility na yan, and within 2 years' time, they were able to prosecute ongoing cases. Wala na silang ibang tinutukan kundi yung drugs. Pero malaking tulong po nila, hingini po nila ang AMLAC ng iba't ibang bansa. And this is a true story. That with the help of the United States, ang mali nitong mga drug lords na ito at yung mga politiko at mga generals na lumaki po ang kwarta nila. Ang dami-dami po nilang pera, bilyon-bilyon, ay namili po sila ng property sa Estados Unidos. Miami, Florida, mga mansion, yate, at iba't ibang pera sa bangko dun sa Estados Unidos. Nung humingi sila ng tulong sa US Federal Reserve, ang ginawa po ng US Federal Reserve, hinold itong perang ito lahat. Tinago po yan, siniz ang pera na yan at ang mga assets. Ang nangyari, it was a multiple approach, may judicial approach, at kinuha po yung pera ng mga drug lords. It became so difficult to transact dahil wala pong bangko, nakabantay po lahat sa bangko. Pag may pumasok na transaksyon na malaki, hold. Pag hindi po mapakita na ikaw ay isang legitimate businessman, at yung pera na yan ay hindi po mabigyan ng explanation kung saan galing. Yung ill-gotten wealth, ika nga. This is also in line with the President's fight against corruption. Kasi galit din po tayo sa corrupt public officials. And as you have exposed, and the President exposed, unfortunately, ang daming generals, ang daming mayors, pati congressmen, pati iba't ibang mga appointed officials of government in the executive are part of this drug mess that we are in now. That's why in aid of legislation and to follow Guatemala's example, would you agree, General De La Rosa, that dapat buksan na natin itong bank secrecy law? Dahil sa sobrang higpit nitong bank secrecy law, tayo ay naging tambayan ng lahat ng sindikato, lahat ng magnanakaw, lahat ng smuggler at illegal operators of different vices. Dahil hindi po sila nahuhuli. Sang-ayon ba po kayo as an aid of legislation that we also revisit the bank secrecy law?
Yes, Your Honor. The PNP has nothing to lose.
Madam
The
Chair.
PNP has everything to gain.
With the permission,
I-
meron
Yes,
po akong
Senator
bill,
Ping.
pakisuportahan ninyo. Meron akong bill dyan.
I will be your co-author, principal co-author,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor.
Your
I will
Honor.
support you.
Ako rin po.
Thank you,
Meron
Madam
din
Chair.
po akong ganung bill. At meron po akong ifa-file in what? In the next few days or several weeks or few weeks, yung POCA, the Proceeds of Crime Act. Ma-address po yung sinasabi nyo about yung pahirapan, pagte-trace ng mga assets ng mga syndicates, including drug syndicates.
Yes,
We're just completing the draft.
Because we also are going to look into the AMLAC as what had happened in the RCBC scam wherein 81 billion yata ninakaw sa Bangladesh. Walang red flag galing sa AMLAC. Kaya titignan din po natin, bakit yung AMLAC hindi nagbibigay po ng warning sa iyo, General? Meron pong nahuli yata mga tseke. Nabasa ko sa newspaper, di ko nababanggitin kung sino. Isa sa mga mayors na binanggit po ninyo, na galing daw sa kanilang sindikato, 500 checks, if I'm not mistaken, totaling 500 million. How can a mere local executive have 500 million pesos in cash at any point in time in the banks? Di ba? Buti kung si Tita Cynthia Villar yun, na bilyonaryo, na legal na bilyonaryo. Yan ang katotohanan, General. Ang dami po nating kailangan paggawin. And you have our support in that, Your Honor, that we must amend the AMLAC, strengthen the AMLAC, and penalize the AMLAC for the non-compliance of the red flags pag may pumapasok na pera sa kanilang mga account. Pangalawa, yung bank secrecy law for all government officials, both elected and appointed, together with the judiciary. Kasama dapat yung judiciary. Kasi yun na nga rin, General, sa Guatemala, out of, I think, 95% ng judiciary was in the pockets. Pabor po kayo dyan, General.
Please include the prosecution, Your Honor.
Kasama na po yan. Kasi yung prosecution ay part of the, three branches of government. And so, with this support, I believe, General, we are here to support you. This is just food for thought, na sana pag nakausap nyo din po yung ating Pangulo, na isama po niya ang bank secrecy law amendments, tsaka yung meron na po kaming panukala dito, pero kailangan po natin ng push galing sa Malacanang, para sa ganun ay matulungan po natin kayo. Dagdag ngipin po ito. Kasi hindi nyo lang po kaya, kung uubusin nyo lahat ng pusher, genocide na po yan, because that's already 50,000 pushers. Baka magka-genocide na tayo dito, hindi na po pwede yun. But we have to give you the tools to fight the problem of drugs. And one of the tools is the money. You find the money, General, you will find these syndicates. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat po, General.
Thank you.
Congratulations, General.
Thank you, Senator Zubiri. Senator Grace po.